I take refuge in the three rare sublime ones, may become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. I take refuge in the three rare sublime ones, may become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. I take refuge in the three rare sublime ones, may become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. I arise as the deity, and my tongue, syllable odd, transforms into a moon. On top of it appears a white syllable Om. Encircled by the white Sanskrit vowels standing clockwise, the red Sanskrit consonants sitting counterclockwise, and the blue heart mantra dependent relations sitting clockwise. Light beads radiate from the syllable Om in the mantra garlands, giving back the blessings and power of both mundane and supermundane speech, in the form of the three mantras, seven sublime precious objects of the king's reign and the eight auspicious signs. Om A A I U Ri Le La Ma Ma Zoham. Om A A I U Ri Le La Ma Ma Zoham. Om A A I U Ri Le La Ma Ma Zoham. Kaka Kaka Nga Ta 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 Ni Na Ta 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 Na Ta 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 Na Na. Baba Baba Maya Vala Vaja Zakta Zoham. Kaka Kaka Nga Ta 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 Ni Na Ta 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 Na Ta 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 Na Na. Baba Baba Maya Vala Vaja Zakta Zoham. Kaka Kaka Nga Ta 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 Ni Na Ta 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 Na Ta 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 Na Na. Baba Baba Maya Vala Vaja Zakta Zoham. Om Yeda Maheda Brababa Heda Sedekata Wavada Dejanayani Rode Eva Mani Mashmanana Soham. Om Yeda Maheda Brababa Heda Sedekata Wavada Dejanayani Rode Eva Mani Mashmanana Soham. Om Yeda Maheda Brababa Heda Sedekata Wavada Dejanayani Rode Eva Mani Mashmanana Soham. The heart mantra of dependent relation absorbs into the continents. The continents into the vowels into the Om, and the Om into the moon cushion. That transforms into a syllable Ah. The awe melts into pink nectar and absorbs into my tongue, which becomes of the nature of a vajra. May my tongue have all the courage once gone to bliss. The power of my glorious words, may all enemies be subdued, and may all the meanings of whatever I say be accomplished instantly. Hede Zavada Gada Garbe, Sakang Shak Sadara from Zavada Gada Benegadavi with the Sadane Soham. Hede Zavada Gada Vida Gabe, the Gada Gabe, Sakang Shak Sadara from Zavada Gada Benegadavi with the Sadane Soham. Hede Zavada Gada Vida Gabe, the Gada Gabe, Sakang Shak Sadara from Zavada Gada Benegadavi with the Sadane Soham. Asians up at the Galbala check Salon. Head on that are down the Banana. So Om Zavada Daga Gaya Vajida Vada Pranamena Vada Gada Vada Vada Pranam Garomi. Offer myself totally at all times to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the independent direction. If you lead me into enlightenment, I request the Buddhas and great Bodhisattvas to accept me as please against past attainment. I go for every reason to lend my light into the Buddha that I'm in Supreme Assembly. My collections of generosity and so forth, and hope my Buddha to benefit all my including beings. I go for every reason to lend my light into the Buddha that I'm in the Supreme Assembly. My collections of generosity and so forth, my Buddha to benefit all my including beings. I go for every reason to lend my light into the Buddha that I'm in the Supreme Assembly. My collections of generosity and so forth, my Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. From the thought desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, till the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With perseverance, acting with a singular compassion and loving kindness, the presence of the Buddha is met with sentient beings, and the thought of enlightenment. From the thought desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, till the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness, the presence of the Buddha is with the benefit of sentient beings, and the thought of enlightenment. Without desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, till the heart of enlightenment is achieved. Perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness, the presence of the Buddha is the benefit of sentient beings, and to enact the thought of enlightenment. I go for refuge in enlightenment to the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. I shall generate Bodhicitta for the sake of achieving the well for myself and others. While Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are guiding in the 10 directions, please listen. For the sake of achieving complete enlightenment, from now on I shall generate Bodhicitta. I go for refuge in enlightenment to the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. I shall generate Bodhicitta for the sake of achieving the welfare of myself and others. While Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are guiding in the 10 directions, please listen. For the sake of achieving complete enlightenment, from now on I shall generate Bodhicitta. I go for refuge in enlightenment to the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. I shall generate Bodhicitta for the sake of achieving the welfare of myself and others. While Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are guiding in the 10 directions, please listen. For the sake of achieving complete enlightenment, from now on I shall generate Bodhicitta. Everywhere may the ground be pure, be the roughness of pebbles and so forth. Be in the nature of sapphire and is smooth as the palm of one's hand. Yanda Gengübe Janden Wodini Jegu. The human and divine offerings actually arranged and mentally created. Clouds of finest Samanabhadra offerings fill the entire space. Om Namo Bhagavate Varasana Bhagavate Gadaya Samburaya Sayadam Vare Vare Ma Vare Ma Re Vare Ma Vire Vare Ma Vare Jita Vare Ma Vare Mara Vare Mara Vare Zavaka Mahavara Nivijana Nare Om Namo Bhagavate Varasana Bhagavate Gadaya Samburaya Sayadam Vare Vare Ma Vare Ma Re Vare Ma Vire Vare Ma Vare Jita Vare Vare Mara Vare Mara Vare Zavaka Mahavara Nivijana Nare Om Namah Bhagavate Vadrata Bhagavate Tikare Yara Nikam Buddhaya Ayadaham Bade Bade Ma Bade Ma Dede Bade Ma Vidi Bade Ma Bade Sita Bade Ma Bade Nidhaka Bade Bade Zavaka Ma By the power of truth of the three are sublime ones, blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, great wealth of the completed two collections, material phenomena being pure and inconceivable. These piles of clouds of offerings arising through transformation, that the Bodhisattva Darius and Manavajra, and so forth, unimaginable and exhaustively from the sky, arise from the presence of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas with 10 directions we receive. Om Namo Manjushri Namastu Shri Nama Uttama Shri Soham Om Namo Manjushri Namastu Shri Nama Uttama Shri Soham Om Namo Manjushri Namastu Shri Ma Uttama Shri Soham. The founder Bhagavan had a heart that I could this Buddha. Who is conquer Shakyamuni Buddha I prostrate. The founder Bhagavan had a heart that I could this Buddha. Glorious conquer Shakyamuni Buddha I prostrate. The founder Bhagavan had a heart that I could this Buddha. Glorious conquer Shakyamuni Buddha I prostrate. Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind. I present clouds of every type of offering, action, and imagined. Clear on my negative actions and downfalls, accumulated since beginningless time. I rejoice in the virtue of all orders that are even in their beings. We remain in vain of cyclic existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for migrating beings. Dedicate my own and others' virtues to the great enlightenment. Yudandan lan judro, Draminyan dan Draminyan gida, Rinpoche rewo, Bazangi jing dudu iba, Mamo bayi lodo, Bolo Rinpoche, Nobu Rinpoche, Lumbo Rinpoche, Lumbo Rinpoche, Mambo Rinpoche, Tadru Rinpoche, Mambo Rinpoche, Nejungo Yebomba, Biema, Nirwama, Luma, Gama, Vedama Dudoma Nagama Vidama Vima Dawan Bujedu Shale number Gewe Gilzen Uzularami Bedu Bumzum Dubama Mebazanjini no Wadida Jinja Wadangi Barjebe Lamadan Balandangi Baduyam Paju Juji Jambula Zugoran Jibanam Lajingambu Vargya Nijuedo Duji Suzu Jene Danda Sudruwa Mangi Namgi Dharanyam Besenjin Tamjela Dewa Jimbo Kone Jingila Dusum I must achieve the precious state of the perfect and the good, complete Buddhahood with the take of all mother sentient beings equal to space. Therefore, will take the Mahayana restoring and purifying ordination, and protect it well from sunrise tomorrow. With 10 billion aeons equaling the number of grains of sand in the Pacific Ocean, one offers umbrellas, flags, garlands, light offerings of food and drink with a calm mind. If one offers service to 100 billion times 10 million Buddhas, when the holy Dharma has become extremely rare, the teachings of the one God of bliss have stopped. Merit of one is enduring living in one vow. For one day or night, its particularly more exalted than Himalaya's offering. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dwelling in the 10 directions, please pay attention to me. This is the previous Saraka heart, but the Guru like divine wise words, and get out of that to be done. Formed actions lay down the burdens, subjugate hand their own welfare, exhausted the fetters to existence at a perfect speech, well abridged mind and well abridged wisdom. Confer of all sentient beings with the benefit of the liberate one in night famine and eliminate war. To have the hum the full elements of the eliminate sickness, and the complete perception practice and notice of enlightenment, and then actualize the unexpressed result of perfect complete enlightenment, to perfectly upon the journey confirming in a nation. Something else my home called to the God check this time, and I sinners tomorrow for the welfare of all sentient beings. Under the benefit of the liberate and eliminate famine and eliminate war, the element of the eliminate sickness and the complete perception practice is notice of enlightenment. That's it, that's perhaps a perfect complete enlightenment, the perfectly understake, storing and purifying of the nation. All Buddhists and Bodhisattvas dwelling in the 10 directions, please pay attention to me. This was the previous Tathagata Harpa, the Sutta, the divine white horse and the good elephant. These would have to be done, formed actions laid down the burden. To contain their own welfare could exhaust the fetters to existence, and that perfect speech well abitted a mind of well abitted wisdom. Welfare of all sentient beings with the benefit of liberate, and eliminate famine, and eliminate war, and sort the harm and the fourth element. And eliminate sickness, and regulate the better practice with managed enlightenment. And it actually answers out to prophetically enlightenment, that would be performed the storing and purifying of the nation. Similarly, also I am called to the country, since I send nice tomorrow for the welfare of all sentient beings. And that the benefit of the liberate and the eliminate famine and the eliminate war, the heart that form the full element of the eliminate sickness, and the complete different practice of the knowledge of enlightenment, and the actually answers out to prophetically enlightenment, to perfectly undertake the storing and purifying of the nation. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dwelling in the directions, please pay attention to me. Viverataraga heart with the like the divine one sword with the elephant. Let it be done, formed actions laid down the burdens, subjugate in their own welfare. Thus the fetters to existence at a perfect speed, well a bit of mind and well a bit of wisdom. Welfare of all sentient beings and for the benefit of liberate, eliminate famine, and eliminate war, without the harm, the full element, and eliminate sickness, and the complete preserving practice of the manners of enlightenment, that acts advance in the unsurpassed results of the complete enlightenment, that we can perform the storing and purifying of the nation. Similarly, also my home calls in the country, to stand as sinners tomorrow for the welfare of all sentient beings, and for the benefit of the to liberate, and eliminate famine, and eliminate war, without the harm, the full element, and eliminate sickness. Mathematic complete the different practice with minus with enlightenment, and the acts of the and surpass result of perfect complete enlightenment, that perfectly undertake the storing and purifying of a nation. From now on I shall not kill, I shall not steal others' possessions, I shall not engage in sexual activity, I shall not speak false words. Because many mistakes arise from intoxicants, I shall avoid intoxicants. I shall not sit on large, high, expensive beds. I shall not eat food at the wrong times. I shall not use perfumes, garlands, or ornaments. I should avoid singing, dancing, and playing music. I shall the heart of avoiding wrong actions of others. So shall I avoid wrong actions, so shall take the lives of others. To attain enlightenment, the world will experiencing various sufferings. Those near some cycle of existence. Mamo gajila san bara 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 mahajura sana baba vibuji dara dara zamanta bolugide humbe zo. Mamo gajila san bara 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 mahajura sana baba vibuji dara dara bolugide humbe zo. Wamamogajila Sambara Bara Bara Majuda Sadva Baba Vibhushida Dara Dara Zamanda Balagide Umbe Zomash. May maintain flawless morality of the Dharma rules and immaculate morality. May complete the perfection of moral conduct by keeping morality purely and untainted by pride. The precious mind, the supreme Bodhicitta, then has that rise and grow. It has and it not diminished but increased more and more. Because of the merits of taking the ordination, keeping the precepts, may all sentient beings be able to achieve when the holy body is created, but to that accumulation of merit and transcendence of wisdom. May all beings everywhere plagued by sufferings of body and mind, in the notion happy to enjoy the virtue of our merits. May those who get to suffer be able to fall ill, and be afraid of belittle the mind dead down with depression. The blind see forms, the deaf hear sounds, those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored and finding repose. And the naked find clothes, and the hungry find food, the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. The poor find wealth, the sick power find joy, the forlorn find hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May be timely and bountiful harvest, and medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May those who are sick and ill quickly be freed from the ailments, whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. Frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be free. Powerless find power, and people benefiting in each other. As long as space remains without all sentient beings remain, so that I may too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Lama Kyan, Lama Kyan, Lama Kyan. Zongi Ringi Nini Dindin Lama Ringi Randindadu Lama Juni Gula Nini Zuwadzu Ni Bado Bado Drame Jizu Zongi Yume Ranam Yawayan Ladun Deni Jindren Lama Gungi Druzi Dardu Lama Longju Zogorning Nizuwadabzu Diji Badu Gundu Drume Jizu Zongji Ninye Jodre Gamjin Noduru Berugar Dini Jindren Lama Lonju Zogunam Gyur Lama Jube Gula Ningne Zoadebzu Diji Vadu Gundu Drame Jizu Zongji Guzum Yeme Ruba Lame Zugzu Jarwa Dini Dindren Lama Gungi Mawa Jigni Guzum Yeme Lama Ningne Zuwadibzu Niji Vadu Gundu Drame Jizu Zongji Idam Zidru Rajam Gunyan Lame Rangshin Jen Lama Nile Idam Lugzu Meben Idam Gundu Lama Ningne Zoadibzu Deji Vadu Gundu Ning Nä zo wat zo. Ji ba du gun do ra me ju zo zong ji. Yo gun gen zen u be rang zo la ma zhe wen. Ba jo rik zong an yan den ren la ma nien. Rik zun ji du la ma ning ne zo wa de zo. Di ji ba du gun do ra me de zo zun ji. Rig ya ring a rig zon ding ye dru ya la ma. Di gun gun bu du be ya ga ni ya la ma. La ma rig gun la bu ning ne zo wa de zo. Iji ba du gun du ra me de zo zong ji. Zange judang gendun gungi jibolamam. Yijor gyabzung gundurin drelamanin. Yavgundu jelamanin ezovadibzum. Nijibadu gundura mede zozamshi. Zongi gungi rongzulame nambajane. Zewe jizuzem zozangyan lamadrenu. Gungi Bombay Gilding Young Dadalom Manolam Zandem Zozangin Lamarinum Nigeadun Jaden Zangin Gidudam Gam Manonim Golendo Zangin Lamarinum Loboji weji jen rangi do do babne. Nijadu me mangzu zangyen lamadrenum. Zendi bonzo gandam danda lobo drene. Jibodo we mangzu zangyen lamadrenum. Nirunya we mena lujambalune. Zula me be mangzu zangyen lamadrenum. Giljeida nizuze gomjutik me be. Dungel monzun yongzu zangyen lamadrenum. Lumondun drogyune jindu midu gyalgen. Nindarandun yongzu zangyen lamadrenum. Yamdang yenzong eder dandalulan yewim. Dileg yubeg yabjizangyan lamadrenum. Analegin yawajibding derwe jugdo. Nijin laglen debzu zangyan lamadrenum. Dame Jigurung Zizu Landu Gagya Nyam Tamagin Nujin Nawe Mazu Zangyan Lamadrinu Nijilam Zuzundam Nimida no Nyam Neon me Lagi Wala Me Jingi Lubji Dragi Jung Zambi Da Beten Zazinjir Zum Zejudra Bazun Bardingi Lubji Rowan Rani Jibu Rowe Lapsam Gurgi Minjen Josem Jodum Bardingi Lubji Namjen Gyalze Jube Dradodr Baining To Yawagya Zuri Zuri Bardingi Lubji Not the doom dang dong jig dro ji do jarway. The drill away on zedo bajin gi log jig. Ji ge ji bado zoom long do gear way. Jin yam nyon yo do ge wajin gi log jig. Zemu majin begaji dong jiroba. Yume labuni du jawajin gilobji. Zin jun babu be yume rong jel ba. Nilu don gila madu wajin gilobji. Rimni Drupase Pede Genjo Gulongdu Longda Lame Zangzum Jigu Ringi Lobji Dona Jongjen Badu Ningu Drame Jugne Bajebu Yizin Badze Wejin Lobje Lamakian Lamakian In space like Dharma 100,000 clouds gather with water passion free from by, granting a reign of cities to benefit all beings whose skillful Pani I make to the Kiloma Pama, who's gone to supreme freedom, Chandra Kumara, master of the Bible. Do our Yageshes on, strong ever faith and patience, to these three friends, beings I make to Ben Yahweh of Nepal, supreme among scholars, Dawa Gyaltsen, emanation of generation, to Nibu Turgi Dra, whose mastered realization to these great bodhis, Tattvas I make incarnate Doje Gyal, Bodhisattva with breath, O great and humble scholar Zhangtun Tra, compassionate John Drupal, who spreads moralities and illuminators of the path I Dewajan who attain countless concentrations to judge Shiva, who sees the gods in ye. Yeshibum who possesses a treasury of virtues, do you fulfill wishes I make? The Mezong who obtain power of Bodhicitta, cerebral mind, Dreya's manifestation, to soldier who protect migrators with compassion, to you who work for others I make. Do you Yundan Rinchen, holy leader of beings, one true who has mastered Buddha's teaching, to capture Bell who guides countless embodied beings, to you living the doctrine I make to ends above the hero, who mastered all the hardships, to Sangye Yeshe, who fulfills all our Luzandrugen who sees all the objects of knowledge, to these three holy saviors I make to Dante Dorje with all supreme realization, Lozan Yeshe, Lord over all the land. To Dunyu Gedrute, who clarifies the whole path to these lands of the doctrine I make. To Ma Wang Chugden with the wisdom of the partners, Kalsang Yatsu, seven Dalai Lama, teaching the doctrine of his good ends for Savior. You clarify him, Lama I make manifestation of compassion and sharp wisdom, unified in all pervading pure nature, appearing as an ocean of deities and mandalas to aspects of raising I make Bhavna Bani while you enjoying the Bodhala, you constantly protect us like your own child. As we drink the essence of the Maya's pure nectar, bless us with our doors to only please you. Please grant to us your blessings, to renounce all samsara, to not desire joys of personal peace, to generate a supreme mind wishing to liberate all mothers left, space from all their suffering. Please bless us to not grasp at ordinary appearance by holding divine pride with clear appearance of the 6 deity, suchness, mantras, and letters, perfect body, with marks, mudra, and sign. Please bless us to achieve all supreme realization by forbearance, repetitions, concentration, and actualize samadhi with the yoga of the absorptions into fire and into sun. Please bless us to destroy both obscurations fully, having in merit and the concentration, which like space is freed from, focus on true existence, which grants the immaculate liberation. Please bless us to attain the radiating body of wisdom clearly, seeing all existence, to act spontaneously, to ripen and liberate each of the 5 classes of transmigrators. I instantaneously arise as the holy body of the great compassion. Om Manda Great Om Ham Sabhava Shuddha Sodama Sabhava Shuddha Om. The offering substance becomes just empty. From within emptiness and room syllables vast and extensive precious vessels arise. Within each the syllable all melts into light, from which arise drinking water, water for the feet, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food, and music. Empty nature of the heavy aspect of the individual types of offerings, and function to bestow special uncontaminated bliss. Om Agama Om Bhadima Vijvayam Om Duvayam Malagayam Om Gyandayam Nevarayam Om Shabdam. I go for refuge in the name enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, collections of generosity and so forth, in fact, my Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. Go for refuge in the name enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, collections of generosity and so forth, in fact, my Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. I go for refuge in the name enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, collections of generosity and so forth, in fact, my Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. Thought to desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge. The Buddha, the Dharma, and Sangha until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. Perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness to the presence of the Buddhas, the benefit of sentient beings that do not the thought of enlightenment. Without desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge. The Buddha, the Dharma, and Sangha until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. Perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness to the presence of the Buddhas, the benefit of sentient beings that generate the thought of enlightenment. Without desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge. The Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. Perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness in the presence of the Buddhas with the benefit of sentient beings, generate the thought of enlightenment. Rays of light emanate from the white tree, Rest on the moon disk at the heart of oneself, visualized as the great compassionate one. Invoking from the natural abode, Guru Arya, great compassionate one, having the aspect of 11 faces, surrounded by the root and lineage gurus. Assembly of deities of the great compassionate one, and an assembly of meditational deities, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dakas and Dakinis, Dharma protectors and guardians, all embodying the space before me, on the wide stemmed thousand petaled lotus. Embodying all Buddhas and holders of the Vajra, roots of the three sublime ones, to all gurus I prostrate. One never tires of seeing your Vajra body's beauty, its qualities beyond thought, to gurus' forms I prostrate. Melodious Brahma-like speech roars like the mighty lion, terrifies non-believers, to gurus' speech I prostrate. Wisdom of bliss and voidness, like spaces free of concepts, dwelling in triple freedom, to Guru's minds I prostrate. Through Goddess Dharmakaya, you see all six realms being. 11th head pervades all, Amitabha I prostrate. Who ups according to need, with eyes of thousand Buddhas, with arms of thousand monarchs, to Chinrizik I prostrate. Dakini Lakshmin Kara, Marienda Vajani. Yeshe Zamboda Gelson, the lineage I prostrate. Generates its great compassion, Manjushi's mindful knowing. Tsongkhapa, jewel of sages, Lozang Drakpa, I prostrate. Garden with great compassion, oceans of boundless merit. Founders who are all knowing, Tathagatas, I prostrate. The path of sublime meaning, which frees us from our passions, frees us from suffering realms, to Dharma's peace I prostrate. Abiding in three trainings, showing the path of freedom. Endowed with realization, sublime Sangha, I prostrate. Born into the Shaka clan, destroyer of all evils. Formed like a golden mountain, to Shaka's king I prostrate. A refuge for the guideless, you prevent untimely death. Chief of the guides of this world, Amilayas I prostrate. Bhagavan with great compassion, you cleanse three poison sickness. Purify bad migrations, like this Buddha I prostrate. You with youthful appearance, adorn with lamp of wisdom. Spell darkness of three worlds, to Manjushri I prostrate. Much praised by all the Buddhas, vast merits you collected. Even the name Chenrezi, always to you I prostrate. Sangedra Hanijanor, Pamaparwa Dunyosha. And to you, Hala Hala, Chenrezi I prostrate. Pagando Jeju Wanju, Jingonan Hari Hari. Aryas of 10 directions, all Chenrezi I prostrate. Tarishes from samsara, to Tari from the eight fears. Turi frees from all disease, Mother Tara, I prostrate. You scare as Mahabala, and as Mantra King, you're virtuous. Taming all the unsubdued, Vajrapani, I prostrate. Equaling all the atoms of earth, my body is prostrate. With confidence unshaking, to all those worthy of praise. Amen to the useful Hari Shri. You lions among humans, the past, present, and future, in all corners of this world, all my three doors I bow. By power of this prayer, seeing Buddhas directly, I bow to them with bodies as many as all atoms. On each atom are Buddhas as many as all atoms. Like this I have conviction that everywhere are Buddhas. Claiming all these Buddhas within the oceans of praise. Ocean-like melodious sounds I sing to God his praises. Best of all the flowers, garlands, symbols, and ointments. Best parasols and incense I offer to the conquerors. Supreme fragrances, garments, and mountain air of medicines. Exquisite things well displayed I offer to the conquerors. Strong faith in good actions I prostrate to all conquerors. For them these offerings extensive and unsurpassed. Offering goddesses arise from the created one's heart and make offerings. Maria Lugis Vara Zabariwan Agam Pratijazuha. Maria Lugis Vara Zabariwan Adyam Pratijazuha. Maria Lugis Vara Zabariwan Tuesday, Bradijazuha. Maria Lugivara Zapari War. Ube, Bradijazuha. Maria Lugivara Zapari War. Aluge, Bradijazuha. Maria Lugivara Zapari War. Gende Bradijazuham. Maria Lugizmana Zabariwam. Nivedye Bradijazuham. Maria Lugizmana Zabariwam. Sada Bradijazuham. Whatever evil I have done with my body, speech, and mind, full of increase in ignorance, confess them all individually. Om Namo Manjushrihe Namah Shrihem Nama Uddhama Shrihe Soham. Om Namo Manjushrihe Asu Shrihe Nama Uddhama Shrihe Soham. Om Namo Manjushrihe Nama Shrihe Nama Uttama Shriya Soham. I tend to Gacheta at all times, take refuge in the Guru, take refuge in the Buddha, take refuge in the Dharma, take refuge in the Sangha. I tend to Gacheta at all times, take refuge in the Guru, take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I tend to gotcha through at all times, take refuge in the Guru. Take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. To the founder Bhagavan Dhara, the Gadapagan Buddhist Buddha, the glorious conquer Shakimani, but I prostrate. To the Dagara, thoroughly strong in the body, since I prostrate, to the Dagara radiant jewel, I prostrate. To the Dagara king over the Nagas, I prostrate, to the Dagara my heroes, I prostrate. To the Dagara lighted hero, I prostrate, to the Dagara jewel fire, I prostrate, to the Dagara jewel moonlight, I prostrate. To the Dagara meaningful to see, I prostrate, to the Dagara jewel moon, I prostrate. To the Dagara stainless one, I prostrate, to the Dagara episode of courage, I prostrate. To the Dagara pure one, I prostrate, to the Dagara episode of purity, I prostrate. To the Dagara water god, I prostrate, to the Dagara deity of the water god, I prostrate. To the Dagara glorious goodness, I prostrate, to the Dagara glorious sandalwood, I prostrate, to the Dagara splendor, I prostrate. To the Dagara glorious light, I prostrate, to the Dagara sorrowless glory, I prostrate, to the Dagara that of non-craving, I prostrate, to the Dagara glorious flower, I prostrate. To the Dagara pillar race, by play, I prostrate, to the Dagara lotus light race, by play, I prostrate. To the Dagara glorious wealth, I prostrate, to the Dagara glorious mindfulness, I prostrate. To the glorious name, while they renowned, I prostrate, to the Dagara king, lord of the Nagas, I prostrate. To the glorious one, Todas is doing, I prostrate, to the Dagara victorious battle, I prostrate. To the glorious transcendence, doing, I prostrate, to the glorious manifestation, in all, I prostrate. To the subduing lotus, I prostrate, to the harp of the Buddha, king above the mountains, from the Siddhana lotus, I prostrate. The founder Bhagavan had to get the look at the Buddhist Buddha, glorious Kagashoka, many but I prostrate. The Gotha, strong of the Vajrasant, I prostrate. The radiant jewel, I prostrate. The king lord of the Nagas, I prostrate. The army of heroes, I prostrate. The lighted hero, I prostrate. The fire, I prostrate. The jewel moonlight, I prostrate. The meaningful to see, I prostrate. The jewel moon, I prostrate. The stainless one, I prostrate. The instead of the courage, I prostrate. The pure one, I prostrate. The bestowed of the purity, I prostrate. The army of look at the water, God, I prostrate. The deity, the water, God, I prostrate. The glorious goodness, I prostrate. The glorious sandalwood, I prostrate. The infinite splendor, I prostrate. The glorious light, I prostrate. The sorrowless glory, I prostrate. The son of none craving, I prostrate. The glorious flower, I prostrate. The lotus splendor by play, I prostrate. The lotus light splendor by play, I prostrate. To the glorious wealth, I prostrate. To the glorious mindfulness, I prostrate. To the glorious name, money, renown, I prostrate. To the king, holy victor, good and foremost power, I prostrate. The glorious name, money, renown, I prostrate. The glorious one, total doing, I prostrate. The utterly victorious in battle, I prostrate. The glorious manifestation, glorious transcendence doing, I prostrate. The glorious manifestation, illuminating all, I prostrate. The awesome during the lotus, I prostrate. The heart, the British Buddha, King Lord of the Mountains, promises that the June lotus, I prostrate. The founder Bhagavan Hara, the Buddha's Buddha, glorious conquer, Shoki Mini, Buddha, I prostrate. The destroying the Vajrasant, I prostrate. The radiant jewel, I prostrate. The King Lord of the Nagas, I prostrate. The army of heroes, I prostrate. The lighted hero, I prostrate. The radiant jewel fire, I prostrate. The jewel moonlight, I prostrate. The meaningful to see, I prostrate. The jewel moon, I prostrate. The stainless one, I prostrate. The episode of courage, I prostrate. The pure one, I prostrate. The episode of purity, I prostrate. The water god, I prostrate. The deity of the water god, I prostrate. The glorious goodness, I prostrate. The glorious sandalwood, I prostrate. The infinite splendor, I prostrate. The glorious light, I prostrate. The sorrowless glory, I prostrate. The son of non craving, I prostrate. The glorious flower, I prostrate. The pure light, is hung by play, I prostrate. The lotus light, is hung by play, I prostrate. The glorious wealth, I prostrate. The glorious mindfulness, I prostrate. The glorious name, I prostrate. Okay, King and Lord of the Nagas, I prostrate. King, Holy Victory, and Performance Power, I prostrate. The glorious one, Solis, doing, I prostrate. The utterly victorious in battle, I prostrate. The glorious transcendence, doing, I prostrate. The glorious manifestations, living all, I prostrate. The also doing Lotus, I prostrate. The heart, like a Buddhist Buddha, King Lord of the Nations, seated on the Lotus, I prostrate. The Bhagavan had a good Buddha, Glenn Grace, King of the Friends, I prostrate. The Bhagavan had for the Buddhist Buddha. Kimbari Sandalari, Skeleton, Zeus Malasa prostrate, Bhagavantara Havik, Buddha, the knitting Zulu, Sela Sessan called the knitting Joe accomplishes all conduct prostrate. The Bhagavan had a record for the Buddha, so as Supreme and free from sorrow, prostrate. The Bhagavan had a record for the Buddha, Larisha and the proclaimed Dharma prostrate, the Bhagavan had the Philiculum to the Buddha. Filling with the place supreme worship of Ashur Dharma prostrate, the Bhagavan had a record for the Buddha. Medicine Lady Queen of Sapphire Light, I prostrate. All you 35 Buddhas and medicine Buddhas and others, as many Tathagata heart, perfect Buddhas as there are, existing, sustaining, and residing in all the world systems of the 10 directions, all you Buddhas, Bhagavans, please pay attention to me. This life and all the states of rebirth in which I have circled in samsara throughout beginningless lives. Whatever negative actions I have created, may those created rejoice in the creation of. Whatever position the stupas of positions of the Sangha, position of the Sangha of the 10 directions I have appropriated. Yet others appropriated to the appropriation of. If among the 5 actions immediate attribution I have done, cause to be done, reverse the doing of. If the 10 virtues, path and non-virtues act I have engaged in, others to engage in the grace of engaging of. Whatever I have done being obscured by these karmas that causes me to be born setting me in the hell realm, in the animal realm, and the preta realm. Nearly this country as a barbarian is long-life God, with imperfect faculties, holding wrong views, and not being pleased with Buddha's assent. The presence of the Buddha Bhagavans are attended under wisdom, or eyes or witnesses were valid. As you the mission consciousness, I immediately confess with negativities. And not conceal them nor hide them in the now in the future. I'll abstain and refrain from beginning them again. All Buddha Buddhas and the Bhagavans, please pay attention to me in this life and all states of rebirth of entire circle of samsara to beginning this lives. The virtue of joy created by generosity, to do little giving to melt a little food, or being born in the animal realm. The virtue of joy created by God and morality, with a virtue created by following pure conduct. The virtue of joy created by following every sitting beings, with a virtue of joy created by getting bodhicitta. The virtue of joy created by man's passion and the wisdom, all these assembled together, combined together, fully to get to the unsurpassed, the unexcelled, that higher than the higher, that superior to the superior, dedicated to the highest perfect complete enlightenment. This is the previous Buddha Bhagavans of all dedicated, just the future Buddha Bhagavans will fully dedicate. This is the presently abiding Buddha Bhagavans of fully dedicating like that dedicated fully. Confess all negativities, individually, address all merits. Arjuna request all the Buddhas may achieve the supreme holy achievement and wisdom. The conqueror is the best of humans, those living in the present time, and those in the past, and likewise come. The office of God is vast as an infinite ocean, the end hope that I approach refuge. I rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions. Solitary realizers, heroes of training in those beyond and of all transmigratory beings. You who are the bright lights of worlds in 10 directions, who obtain the Buddha's initiation to the stages of awakening, all you who are my guides, priests in the supreme will of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request you may actualize Hari Nirvana, to save us friends and middle atoms of the world, peace and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight virtue I have accumulated by prostrating, offering, and confessing, rejoicing or doing requesting, and I get all to full awakening. Umamoga Jila Zambara Bara Bara Mahajuda Zavabamba Bibuji Zadara Dara Zaminda Havalugi De Umbezu Umamoga Jila Zambara Bara Bara Mahajuda Zavabamba Bibuji Zadara Dara Zaminda Gide umbe zum. Wamamoga Jila Zambara Bara Bara Mahashura Zanva Baba Bujina Buja Dara Dara Zamanda Valagide Umbezum. Valagide Umbezum. You maintain flawless morality, the Dharma rules, and immaculate morality. And complete the perfection of moral conduct by keeping morality purely and untainted by pride. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never be separated from the happiness that knows no suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of attachment and hatred with those love close and distant. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never be separated from the happiness that knows no suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of attachment and hatred for those love close and distant. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings ever be separated from the happiness that knows no suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, attachment and hatred with those so close and distant. Deities of the field of collecting merit return to their own efforts. Om Sobawa Shudo Zawa Dhamma Sobawa Shudo Om. The natures of myself, the deity that be meditated upon, and all phenomena are in one taste, innocent, one taste and empty. From the sphere of emptiness, the aspect of the tone of the mantra, Mani Padme Hum resounds, invading the realms of space. My mind, in the aspect of the indifferentiable suchness of myself and the deity, becomes a moon mandala, upon which the very aspect of the tone of the mantra, resounding in space, is set down, having the form of written syllables, like very pure mercury adhering to grains of gold. That completely transforms into a thousand-petaled lotus, as brilliant as refined gold, marked by its at the center by the mantra Mani Padme Hum. From the tips of multicolored light rays emitted from the moon lotus mantra, innumerable holy bodies of the Arya Avalokiteshvara spread out, pervading all the realms of space. Great clouds of miraculously emanated offerings are beautifully offered to the Buddhas and their children. We had another great emanated cloud. A continuous rain of nectar descends, extinguishing the fires of suffering of all migrators, the hells and other realms. They are satisfied with bliss and become Avalokiteshvara. When the light rays along with the bodies of the deity return and enter into one's own mind in the aspect of the moon mandala, lotus and mantra garland. These transform into a multicolored lotus and moon seat, upon which oneself arises as Arya Avalokiteshvara, the white-colored body in the prime of youth, radiating rays of light. Of the 11 faces, the root face is white, the right green, and the left red. Above that, the essential face is green, the right red, and the left white. Above that, the essential face is red, the right white, and the left green. They also have long, narrow eyes and smiling expressions. Above these is a wrathful black face with barred fangs and wrathful wrinkles, the third eye and orange hair standing upright. On the crown is a peaceful red face with a crown protrusion, having a chaste aspect, devoid of ornaments with its own neck. The first two hands are folded at the heart and hold a jewel. The second right hand holds a rosary. The third eliminates the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost by sending down a stream of nectar from the mudra of granting sublime realizations. The fourth holds a wheel. The second left hand holds a golden lotus with the stem. The third holds a water vessel, and the fourth holds a bow and arrow. The remaining 992 hands, as soft as lotus petals, are in the mudra of granting sublime realizations. In the palm of every hand is an eye. The hands do not extend above the crown protrusion nor below the knee. An antelope skin covers the left breast, and there is a lower garment of fine cloth. I am endowed with the golden belt and the jewels, and beautified with locks of orange hair. I have a jeweled crown, earrings, necklace, armlets, bracelets, and anklets. Wear garments of various colored silks and radiant rays of white light. At the crown of the central head is a white Om, the throat a red eye, and at the heart a blue. Upon a moon mandala at the heart is a white Hri, the long vowel and subsequent aspiration. Om Padma Hudbhawai Zuham. Om Padma Hudbhawai Zuham. Padma Hudbhawai Zuham. Padma Hudbhawai Zuham. Padma Hudbhawai Zuham. Light rays radiate from the Hri at the heart, invoking from the natural abode Arya Avalokiteshvara, surrounded by the entire assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Om Arya Lokeshvara Saparivara Bhadra Samaya Zadam Om Bam Hom. They become non-dual to oneself, the commitment being. Again, light rays radiate from the Hri at one's heart, invoking the empowering deities of 5 Buddha families, with Amitabha as their principal together with their retinue. Om Pancha Guru Saparivara Agam Pradija Zoham. Om Panchagula Sabarivam Padyam Pradijam Zoham. Om Panchagula Sabarivam Ujve Pradijam Zoham. Om Panchagula Sabarivam Ujve Pradijam Zoham. Om Panchagula Sabarivam Aloge Pradija Zoham. Om Panchagula Sabarivam Yende Pradija Zoham. Om Panchagula Sabarivam Vedye Pradija Zoham. Om Panchagula Sabarivam Navna Pradija. All Tathagatas, please bestow the empowerment upon me. Requested thus, the goddess dressed in white and the others, who were emitted from the Naraga's hearts, hold the love vases filled with nectar and say, just as at the very time of birth, David offered ablution to the Buddha, so do I with pure divine water offer ablution to the holy body. Om Zavada Gada Vijagada Vamayaji. They bestow the empowerment. Thereby the entire body is filled and all defilements are purified. The transformation of the excess water remaining in the crown. The head becomes adorned with the Amitabha on the crown, who is in the very nature of one's Guru. Blue Akshobe on the forehead, the Ratnasambhava behind the right ear, white Vairocana at the back, and Green Moghasiddhi behind the left ear. On a moon cushion at one's heart is the exalted wisdom being Arya Avalokiteshvara, with a white-colored holy body, one face and two hands. The right hand is in the mudra bestowing sublime realizations. Left hand's a lotus at his heart. The moon cushion at his heart is marked by the concentration being a white syllable Hri, with a long vowel and subsequent aspiration. Om Nanda Greed Hum He Om Zobawa Judo Zawa Dama Zobawa Judo Om. The offering substances become just empty. From within emptiness, from broom syllables, vast and extensive precious vessels arise. Within each the syllable all melts into light, from which arise drinking water, water for the feet, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food, and music. Empty in nature, they have the aspect of the individual types of offerings, and function to bestow a special empty to him and extended bliss. Amagama, Bhadima, Ujvayam, Dupayam, Sadakayam, Gandayam, Ivyam Shabda Umaya Lugizara Zabari Wahu Agam Pradija Zoha Umaya Lugizara Zabari Wahu Adyam Pradija Zoha Maria Lugizara Zabari Wahu Ujbe Pradija Zoha Maria Lugizara Zabari Wahu Ujbe Pradija Zoha Maria Lugizara Zabari Wahu Aluge Pradija Zoha Maria Lugizara Zabari Wahu Yende Pradija Zoha Maria Lugizara Zabari Wahu Vidye Pradija Zoha Maria Lugizara Zabari Wahu Sada Pradija Highly venerated by all the Buddhas, you keep them visible all holy qualities, and prefer the name of Avalokiteshvara, should be always nearest to one. Om Guru Zawatata Gada Gaya Bhagita Vadar Banamena Zawatata Gada Vadar Bada Bada Namburomi Matamarajizo 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 Matamarajizo. On a moon disk at one's heart is the concentration being the syllable Hari, surrounded by garlands of the mantras to be recited, white in color and standing clockwise. Light rays radiate from them, filling all the inside of one's body, purifying all negativities and obscurations. Light rays radiate outwards from which an incalculable assembly of deities, the great compassionate one are emitted, purifying the negativities and obscurations of all sentient beings, and set them in the state of our love. You then collect back and dissolve into the heat of one's heart. Namurandraya Namahayadhyam Zaigavaravarujam Guradaya Tadagadayam Ahadizamyagzam Buddhaya Namazarva Tadagadevyaradevya Samya Sambhidivya Namarya Muliki Surya Bodhisattvayam Mazadvaya Magarunika Jayadom Daradam Yiridiri Duradu Idevade Zale Zale Brazale Braza Guzume Guzuma Ware Yilimile Zidiva Bana Yezwa Dayada Om Daradari. The mandala becomes just empty. From within emptiness, a white broom syllable, radiating the five-colored light rays, separates from the hriya at my heart and comes to rest at the side of the mandala, and transforms into a multicolored lotus, on which rests a multicolored cross of Vajra. Upon its central hub is the inestimable mansion composed of a variety of jewels. It is square with 4 doors and 4 archways. In the middle of that is an 8-petaled lotus, the center of which is a precious throne, upon which are variegated lotus and moon. On each of the petals in the 4 cardinal directions is the moon seat. Upon the central cushion is a white syllable Hri, which becomes a white 8-petaled lotus as brilliant as refined gold, marked by the syllable Hri. Light rays radiate from it, making offerings to the Arya beings, and acting in the welfare of all sentient beings. They collect back from the transformation arises Arya Avalokiteshvara, with a white-colored body in the prime of youth and radiating rays of light. Of the 11 faces, the root face is white, the right green, the left red. Above that, the central face is green, the right red and left white. Above that, the central face is red, the right white and left green. They all have their long, narrow eyes and smiling expressions. Above these is the wrathful black face with barred fangs and wrathful wrinkles. Third eye and orange hair standing up through. On its crown is a peaceful red face with a crown protrusion, having a chaste aspect, void of ornament with its own neck. The first 2 hands are folded at the heart and hold a jewel. The second right hand holds a rosary. The third eliminates the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghosts, ascending then a stream of nectar from the mudra of gaining sublime realizations. The fourth holds the wheel. The second left hand holds a golden lotus with a stem. The third holds a water vessel. The fourth holds a bow and arrow. The remaining 992 hands, as soft as lotus petals, are in the mudra of granting sublime realizations. In the hum of every hand is an eye. The hands that extend above the crown protrusion or below the knees. An antelope skin covers the left breast, and there is a lower garment of fine cloth. He is adorned with a golden belt adorned with jewels, and is beautified with locks of orange hair. He has a jeweled crown, earrings, necklace, armlets, bracelets, and anklets. Wears garments of various colored silks and radiate rays of white light. In the east from home go Akshobhya, right hand pressing the earth, left in equipoise. In the south from Trama Layalona Sabhava, right hand giving the sublime, left in equipoise. In the west from Om right Vadarchana, the mudra of supreme enlightenment. In the north from Ah, in Amoga city, right hand giving left refuge, left in the mudra of equipoise. They are all also beautified with precious ornaments, garments of various colored silks, and seated of their legs in the butter posture. Upon a lotus in the moon disk at the heart of the principal deity is the white Hri, from which light rays radiate, working from the Bodhala in the southern direction. Arya Avalokiteshvara, surrounded by the entire assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, 10 directions. They become non-dual with the commitment beings. The crowns of all the deities are marked by a white Om, their throats by a red Ah, and their hearts by a blue Hum. Again, light rays radiate from the Hri of the central deity's heart, invoking the empowering deities, the 5 Buddha families, with Amitabha as their principal, together with their retinues. Argam Pradijazuham Vanjagula Zabarivar Aryam Pradijazuham Vanjagula Zabarivar Ujbe Pradijazuham Vanjagula Zabarivar Ube Pradijazu Banjagula Zabari Warm Aluge Pradijazu Banjagula Zabari Warm Gende Pradijazu Banjagula Zabari Warm Nivedye Pradijazuham Vanjagula Zabarewa Shabda Pradijazuham All Tathagatas, please bestow the empowerment upon him. Requested thus, the goddess dressed in white and the others, who are emitted from the Tathagata's hearts, hold the love vases filled with nectar and say, just as at the very time of the birth, the Devas offered ablution to the Buddha, so did the with pure divine water offer ablution to the holy body. Om Zawadadagada Bijigada Samaya Juya. They bestowed the empowerment. Thereby the entire body is filled and all defilements are purified. From a transformation of the excess water remaining in the crown, the head becomes adorned with Amitabha on the crown, Akshobhya on the forehead, Ratnasambhava behind the right ear, Vairocana at the back, and the Moghasiddhi behind the left ear. Om Manda Great Om Om Subhava Shuddha Savadam Subhava Shuddha Om. The offering substance becomes just empty. From within emptiness from room syllables, vast and extensive precious vessels arise. Within each the syllable Om melts into light, from which arise drinking water, water for the feet, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food, and music. Empty in nature, they have the aspect of the individual types of offerings, and function to bestow a special uncontaminated individual bliss. Om Har Om Harimam Dujveom Dujveom Alagyo Om Gyadeo Yiriom Shabdam Ruba Om Shabdam Gyadeo Om Razam Sparzam Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Agam Pradijas Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Adyam Pradijas Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Ujbe Pradijas Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Ube Pradijas Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Luge Pradijas Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Gende Pradijas Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Nivedye Pradijas Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Yada Pradijas Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Urba Pradijas Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Yada Pradijas Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Ele Pradijas Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Raza Pradijas Maria Gizvara Zavariwa Raza Pradijas Om Badavashtaya Zo Om Badam Ala Badam Vakujanyam Zo Om Badakalasha